Caitlin Clark has been lighting up basketball courts for years now, and if anyone thought her magic would be contained to just the American game, well, they've got another thing coming. The latest buzz around Clark is her first official footage playing in the European League, where she's taken her talents across the pond and signed a major new contract that's turning heads everywhere. If you thought the Caitlin Clark story was already big, it just got a whole lot bigger. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. The footage of her debut in the European League is something to behold. You can tell from the first few seconds that she's not here to blend in. Clark never has been about that. From the way she confidently strides onto the court, you'd think she'd been dominating European basketball for years. But no, this is her first time, and she's making it count. There's a sense of familiarity in her game, but with a twist. It's like watching an artist paint with a new set of brushes. It's still Caitlin, but the backdrop has changed, and it's a vibrant one. From the moment she took that first dribble, fans could sense something special brewing. European basketball is different from the American style in a lot of ways. More emphasis on technical play, more passing, more finesse. But Clark? She somehow brought her raw intensity, her deep threes, and her court vision into this new setting, and is blending the styles effortlessly. If anything, the European court has given her even more room to shine. The wider key, the different defenses. Clark's just using them as new challenges, new things to break down. The footage shows Clark in her element, pushing the pace, draining impossible shots, and of course, dropping those jaw-dropping passes that make you rewind the tape just to figure out how she saw that opening. She's fearless as always, pulling up from what seems like a mile away and watching the ball soar through the air like it's been magnetized to the basket. The opposing defenders, they look confused, unsure whether to guard her near the three-point line or way outside it. Because with Clark, either way, they know it's going in. Clark's ability to read the game is nothing short of genius. There's a moment in the footage where she looks like she's going to take the shot, but then, in a blink, dishes a no-look pass to a cutting teammate for an easy layup. The whole sequence is classic Caitlin. She's always 2 steps ahead of everyone else. It's the kind of play that leaves even the most hardened European fans with a little smirk, like they just saw something that doesn't happen every day. Clark has that effect, leaving you in awe without even trying. Her entry into the European League comes at a crucial time. European basketball has been growing, with more and more top talent crossing the Atlantic in both directions. Clark's arrival, though, feels like something different, like a shift. It's one thing to have stars join the league, but it's another thing entirely to have someone who changes how the game is played. That's what Clark is doing, and she's doing it with her usual swagger. The new contract she signed is the talk of the town, and rightfully so. It's not just a contract, it's a statement. She's officially making her mark on a whole new continent, and it's clear she didn't come for a quick visit. The deal itself is reportedly one of the largest in the history of women's basketball in Europe. For someone of Clark's caliber, though, it's hardly surprising. She's earned every penny with her relentless work ethic, and now she's ready to show Europe why she's been hailed as one of the most electrifying players of her generation. But the money isn't the most exciting part. The real excitement is what Clark's presence in Europe means for women's basketball on a global scale. She's already proven she can dominate in the US, and now she's showing the world that she can adapt, evolve, and keep pushing the boundaries of the game. The footage from her first game tells you everything you need to know. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's rewriting how it's done. Watching her on a European court feels like a crossover episode you didn't know you needed. It's like when your favorite character from one TV show suddenly shows up in another. Everything feels familiar. But there's this new, exciting energy. Clark's interactions with her new teammates show how quickly she's become the glue of the team. You can see her calling plays, gesturing to players, directing traffic on the court. She's already in control, which is impressive considering how different the European game can be from what she's used to. And yet, it looks like she's been running the show for years. There's an amusing moment in the footage where you can see one of her teammates just standing there after a ridiculous assist, shaking her head in disbelief. It's the kind of reaction Clark gets a lot. She does things that don't make sense in the moment, but then become obvious in hindsight. Her court vision is like a magic trick you're trying to figure out, except you never really can, because by the time you think you've got it, she's already doing something else that leaves you stunned. Clark's style is also refreshing for European fans, many of whom aren't used to the kind of aggressive, fearless play she brings. There's a certain joy in watching someone play without hesitation, especially in a league known for its methodical approach. Clark doesn't hesitate. If there's a window, even the smallest one, she's going through it. whether it's a contested three-pointer or a risky pass. It's the kind of play that keeps fans on the edge of their seats, and you can hear the crowd buzzing every time she touches the ball. In terms of how her European stint might affect her career long-term, that's something to keep an eye on. European leagues are known for fostering a different kind of player development, with an emphasis on versatility and tactical intelligence. For Clark, who's already shown she can do pretty much anything on the court, this could be the perfect opportunity to round out her game even further. She's always been a prolific scorer and playmaker, but Europe could give her the chance to add new layers, new wrinkles to her already dazzling repertoire. And while we're at it, let's talk about the cultural aspect. Caitlin Clark isn't just bringing her game to Europe, she's bringing her personality too. Off the court, she's been known for her down-to-earth, no-nonsense demeanor, with just the right touch of humor. You can bet that her teammates and the local fans are already picking up on it. There's something infectious about her attitude. It's confident but not arrogant, competitive but never too serious. She knows how to have fun with the game, and that's a big part of her appeal. It's this mix of talent and personality that makes Clark's move such a big deal. In a world where athletes are becoming global icons, Clark has everything it takes to become a household name, not just in the US, but everywhere basketball is played. She's got the skill, the charisma, and now the platform. The footage of her first game in Europe is just the beginning, a glimpse into what could be an era-defining career. And the best part? Clark doesn't seem fazed by any of it. She's just out there doing what she does best, playing basketball and having fun while she's at it. The European League is in for a treat with Clark around, and you can tell that she's enjoying the ride too. Watching her, you get the sense that she thrives on these new challenges. A new league, a new contract, a whole new set of expectations. It's all fuel for her fire. The footage might show her putting on a basketball clinic, but behind that it is someone who's always looking to push herself, to keep raising the bar. Clark's presence in Europe could also have broader implications for the sport. Women's basketball has been growing steadily in recent years, but stars like Clark have the ability to accelerate that growth in ways that few others can. By crossing into Europe, she's not just expanding her own horizons, she's also expanding the reach of women's basketball as a whole. More fans, more attention, more opportunities for players on both sides of the Atlantic. It's a win-win situation, and Clark is right in the middle of it. The footage is just a snapshot of what's to come. Caitlin Clark is at the start of a new chapter in her career, and if her European debut is anything to go by, it's going to be a wild ride. She's not just a player, she's a force of nature, someone who can bend the game to her will, and now she's doing it on a global stage. The European League has never seen anything quite like her before, and from the looks of it, they're loving every second. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.